Who am I
Yeah,
missing in that division?
yeah, yeah.
I forgot who else is because it's another one. It's usually because it's four teams in each division, and I was like, yeah, yeah,
Hey y'all, what's up? I wanted to bring y'all on early. We ain't got no long intro and none of that. We we
we just
just we
popping
just
up.
talk,
We just
we just
popping up.
popping up. We talking football, all things men. And I wanted to bring Leroy on with me so we could have a conversation. Y'all know y'all like our conversations that we have. So tell everybody that we're here. What time is it? 6:29.
hmm hmm
Tell
hmm
everybody that we are here, that we've shown up, that we've graced your screen.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Y'all ain't seen nothing better today than us
Y'all ain't
on
seen
your news feed.
y'all ain't seen nothing better today. Let me get it out the way for some of y'all come for me. Let me get it out the way. I am an Eagles fan. The Eagles
I
lost
like
the
that.
game yesterday.
I like that pickup that y'all got though. That Barkley pickup was
Oh my
huge.
God.
That
Yeah.
was huge, bro.
Yes.
That was huge. I was like, oh yeah, Eagles gonna be something to have to deal with this year.
Yeah,
So,
bro. That brother. And I didn't know. I never followed, once I'm locked into a team, unless you're playing my team, then
mhm,
I just kind of
mhm.
chill, right? I don't really know. Other than Dallas, I like to see Dallas lose. So I'll pay attention to
Who
Dallas.
doesn't? Who doesn't like to see
Yeah,
Dallas
yeah. I mean,
lose?
that's a sport, right? It's not a good
Did you
Sunday if
get?
my team wins and Dallas wins. It's only a good
Did you
Sunday.
get the? Did you get the TikTok that I sent to you?
Which one?
Because I sent you two. I forgot what the second was. The second one was the dude. He was like he was a Cowboys fan and he was playing. I forgot the name of the song, but it was something about being a loser. I gotta go back and look at it.
I didn't. I don't think I saw it, man. I gotta go back and
They,
I
they
gotta
didn't
go back.
have so many. It was one dude took his big screen TV, smart TV,
Yeah.
threw it on the ground outside, right outside on his parking pad, and then ran over it with his like F4 150, full F 150, because the Cowboys lost. It was like
I
I don't know why they get mad. I just don't know why they get mad.
Bruh, it's the most it's the greatest thing in the world to watch them lose, to watch them cry, the memes. I mean, it's like Christmas. Yeah, yeah. It's like Christmas. Those of you that are watching, good evening to y'all. It's 6 o'clock, it's 6:30. You're not used to seeing us on this late, but I needed to talk to y'all, particularly wives, girlfriends of brothers.
hmm hmm
Um and brothers, of course. We always make room to talk to y'all. Um, but we had to talk about the Eagles' loss first. We the Yeah. So the game went like this. Atlanta didn't win. The Eagles
hmm
lost.
hmm
And if you watch the game, you'll see the difference. Atlanta didn't win. We gave the game away. We lost. But I have to give them credit. They drive the field in 45 seconds.
Yeah, yeah. Cousins did do that.
Yeah, yeah. Cousins drives the field in 45 seconds. I don't know where our defense was. I think they went and took a nap.
Playing
Um,
prevent defense. I don't know why defensive coordinators do that because they don't want to get beat. But you allow teams to march down and teams to march down the field in 45 seconds
yes.
because
Yeah.
you're playing everything in front of you.
Yeah.
If you play any
And
kind of defense in any kind of football, everything is put in front of you. You'll give them the and that's what they'll take and move right
yeah,
down the field.
yeah. And here's the deal though. I mean, there's a danger in that kind of defense.
Yep.
You got to put some pressure on the QB Because if you don't, and you allow them these chunks of 10 yards at a time, and
Hmm.
then they get down to 7 to 8, 10 yard line, yeah, they gonna score.
Yep.
They're gonna score because they've already developed this win, these succession in wins at 10 yards at a time. So it would be
Hmm.
very likely for them to get down to the 10 yard line and then score. So
Yep.
we've got to think about things differently. I like our offensive coordinator. What's up? What's up, Cuzzo? I like our offensive coordinator. Um, I like him. And I like our QB. I like our running back. AJ Brown didn't play last night, right? So
Okay.
that's another thing. If we had him on the field, it's pretty ugly for them. But he wasn't
And
on the field. Yeah.
truth be told, that's the formula for
Yes.
bless you. That's the
Thank you.
formula for Super Bowl champs. A strong quarterback, a strong running
Wrong
back,
back.
and a
Absolutely.
strong wide receiver.
Absolutely.
Everything else you fill in.
Absolutely. Miko, are you coming on my page being disrespectful? Now you have cousin privileges. We are blood, so you have cousin privileges. But did you come on here and say whatever to what? What? Why are your panties in a bunch? What's wrong? Are you okay? She said, "Yes, I am." I just want to know what's wrong. Like, what what's going on with you? Do you need to call me? Do you need to call me? I mean, do we need to have a conversation? It's okay. Yeah, there's no need to be hostile tonight.
Oh shoot.
I come in peace. The peace that clearly you cannot find. Isn't that a song, Leroy? The peace that the peace that I could not find.
I don't
Look,
know if
look,
that's a song. He said I could not find.
what is it? The peace, something. Peace that I could not, peace that something fine. Miko, you a singer. What is that? She said y'all lost, and that's it. We did lose. So this is why I don't like talking to church people. Because Miko, you're a church person. And what church people do is show up all late to church and then don't know what happened before you got to church and upset that the pastor ain't say something, the pastor didn't do something, the choir didn't sing your song, and they did. It's just that you were late. So let me recap what we've already said. We've already acknowledged that the Eagles lost. We acknowledged that we lost the game, and we also said that the Falcons did not win the game. We lost the game. The Falcons did not win the game. Okay? Is that okay with you? Or do you have something else to say? Because we'll wait on you. We know that you're late. We see that your finger is up and that the usher is trying to find you a seat. So we will wait until you're. Look, I love you too. I love you more. Yeah. So
You can tell it's football season, bro. You
it's
can tell
football
it's
season,
football.
man.
It's football
Yeah,
season,
yeah.
man.
Leroy, let me ask you a question, man. This is going to challenge your Christianity. Let me let me ask you a question. You have one choice, and I'll probably ask this question to all the brothers too. Miko, I'm gonna ask it to you too. You got one choice: Christmas or football season. You gotta
Ooh.
you gotta give up one. You gotta give up either Christmas or football
Oh, give
season.
up football. Well,
The Lord in trouble. The Lord in
see,
trouble.
no. And see, that's the only contemplation that I had is the meaning of Christmas for
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I would have to say I'd have to give up football because I'm not giving up, why I celebrate my Lord and Savior. You know
look,
what I'm
look at me
saying?
go. Look at me go, Leroy. Look at me go.
I'm giving up Christmas. Oh,
Miko, we
Miko.
family.
Yeah.
We family. I'm giving up Christmas. I'm giving I'm giving up Christmas.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
But
I'm
yeah,
giving
but
up.
just remember that when you standing in front of him and he said, "Oh, you decided to give up Christmas, huh?"
Yeah, I can, you know, I'm Christmas is so, you know, it's all commercialized. She said, I love
Yes,
football.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, football or Jesus. Migo done gave up Jesus
Today
for the
I'm giving up
pigskin. Like,
Jesus.
yeah, I get back at you, Lord. She done
Right.
gave up. She done gave up. Oh my God, that is hilarious. That is hilarious. Hey, those of you that are watching, let us know where you're watching from and who is watching. I see Rachel's watching. I see Pierre is watching. Only cousin is speaking. Y'all know what we do here, though. Y'all don't come in my house and not say hello. Get out my house. Get out.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna speak, get out.
Yeah. I wish
those
you would
Negroes,
come up.
those
Wish you
Negroes
would
got
come
out,
up in.
Leroy. They
Yep.
the numbers
I
went
bet
right
you.
down.
Wish you would come up in my grandma Ellie's house and not
Yeah,
speak.
yeah, yeah,
She ain't having it.
yeah,
She
yeah.
was not
Absolutely,
having it.
absolutely, bro. Like what's wrong with y'all?
Right.
What's wrong with y'all?
You know, something's wrong, definitely wrong with you.
Yeah, what's wrong with you? Um, so good afternoon to evening, nighttime, good night. In the Bahamas, my spiritual father has another home in the Bahamas. And in the Bahamas, they say good night. They don't say good evening. You know, they say good night. Everything is good night. So let me act like I'm in the Bahamas. Good night. Let's see. Nico says, I didn't give up Jesus, but hey, football is my thing. Lord, she trying to explain.
Right.
Yeah, plus my tree been up
Is
all
that
year, so I'm celebrating too.
hey bro, is that the Lord knows my heart?
Yeah, the Lord
Is
knows.
that
The Lord knows my heart. My tree's up all year. Yeah, the Lord don't understand, Miko. The Lord is pissed with you right now. The Lord just told me to tell you. Tell Miko I'm pissed with her. Um. So welcome to everybody. Let us know who you are, where you're watching from. Leroy, I wanted to hop on just kind of as a pop up.
uh-huh.
We don't, we don't really have. We have a topic, but not really a formal topic, right? I just wanted to talk about a couple of things. One is, and I don't want to get too deep into it, not particularly not in the way that I did with you guys earlier.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
there
for sure.
is particular attention being paid to the needs of Black men. And I
It's a
am
movement,
privileged
bro.
to have become a voice for Black men, their needs, and getting those needs met. So I cannot share anything more than that because I'm not at liberty to in a public forum. But I will tell you guys that I am committed to making sure that I am placing Black men and our needs in the rooms
Hmm.
that can actually get shit done. Like this is not a drill, gentlemen. This is not
This
a
is
drill.
real.
This is real for real.
This is
And
real
Leroy,
for real.
without sharing what
Mhm.
is going on, how meaningful was it to hear what I shared with you
Bruh,
today?
it is what remain is. It is
Yeah,
what we say.
yeah,
This is what we're here to do.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
On
absolutely.
we're here to do this.
Yeah,
That's the assignment.
yeah,
And so when these you you've written the vision.
yes,
I mean, I'm sorry, you've had the vision,
yeah,
you've written the vision, and it will the vision has to be implemented.
yes,
It has to be it has to be placed in the position where it can do what it was created to do.
yeah, absolutely, bro. Without
And
question.
that's what it is.
And
Remand,
that's what's happening. Yeah.
remand, and remand. There is, and I've said this to you, bro. And like I tell you, I swear I ain't trying to make your head any bigger than it already
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
But this is,
Leroy, this grew the last time you gave me a compliment.
y'all see, he growing out of it all. There's nothing, there's no other organization, and this is not a diss to any other organization that's out there, but this is the only male oriented organization that I have been privileged to be a part of
Yeah,
that says, look, we're just not doing this to do this. We are looking to have a great impact in Black men's
yeah,
lives.
yeah, yeah,
Not
yeah.
just the community, not the
Absolutely,
community as a whole,
absolutely,
specifically
absolutely,
Black men.
absolutely.
Because as you always amply say, when you deal with Black men and you
Yes,
heal them, for you fix them from the core,
yeah,
you move the needle.
yeah, absolutely.
The
100%,
needle moves.
100%.
And so, if all of the other stuff that we talk about, well, the community's got to do better, we got to stop the crime, and brothers got to, yeah, all that.
Yeah,
But if the men don't have a mind
yeah,
to come together, it will remain. Everything will remain as it is.
absolutely,
We'll
bro.
continue to see what we've seen over
100%,
decades.
100%. And I can't tell you the number of brothers, man, that I get an opportunity and privilege to talk to on a daily basis.
Mhm.
Um, because there are two prongs to this, and this is
Yep.
probably what sets Remand apart. Most organizations are either dealing with the things that have to happen systemically, or
Uh-huh.
they're dealing with individual Black men and trying to create programs that really serve them. Remand does both. We do
Mhm.
both.
Yep.
And I can't tell you how many brothers come and talk to me about their personal lives and the
Mhm.
challenges that they are experiencing with their personal lives. Um, Several contacted me today that have said, I'm just tired. I'm trying to figure it out.
Mhm.
Um, I don't quite know what to
Hey,
do at this stage.
hey, bro, can I tell you something? And I don't know if you've heard this or not too, but you hear sisters talking about, oh, we tired of having to take on the male responsibility. But
Yes,
it's brothers out here
yes,
that, like you just said, to what you just said, they're tired too. And
yes.
and I've said this, that our generation, because you a couple years older than me, so um
Yeah,
but
yeah. Don't let that be lie to y'all.
but our generation, we have dropped the ball in preparing the next generation for
Yes.
being in adulthood. Because if you look
Oh,
at the
that's good.
generation that's in their 30s, that's in their 20s now, these are our kids.
Yeah,
And a lot of those kids, they not ready for adulthood. Well,
yeah,
I hear it in what they talk about relationships. I hear it talk about their lives, talk about their jobs. Me and my buddy, we talk all the time about the hospitality industry because this is what we did.
yeah,
And both of us talk about what we see now because when we've gone to hotels and we stayed at hotels and we were like, bruh, these GMs and folks that work in hotels, they can't handle what we had to handle
yeah,
when we were doing. They just did not.
yeah,
Their makeup isn't geared towards being tough minded
yeah.
and understanding. Dude, me, myself, and David, bro, when we worked together, we were doing each between 70 and 75 hours a week.
Yeah,
Together, that's each of us. That's
yeah,
each of us. That ain't, and we were working together. He
Yeah.
was the GM, I was assistant GM. That's him 70, 75 hours, me 70, 75 hours.
Wow.
These kids ain't built for that today.
Yeah. Yeah.
They crying. They crying if they gotta go. And we were talking about having to go do having to clean rooms. They couldn't handle that.
Yeah.
20, 25 rooms.
Yeah.
They ain't ready for this stuff.
Yeah.
They think that this, and I know you hate it and I hate it too. This thing that they call soft life, I don't even like the term, you
Yeah.
know, it's ridiculous. No,
Yeah.
there's nothing soft about this life that we live.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
It's not meant to be soft.
For sure.
And in this world, you said this world will chew you up and spit you out and keep going
Yeah. What are some of the
and keep it
reasons,
moving.
man? What are some of the reasons why? Because I just posted this in my stories, right, on Facebook.
Okay.
Um, what are the reasons why? Where's the gap between brothers who genuinely know and have asked, "Hey, Donald, I need to find a way to work with you," right?
Mhm.
And them actually getting to the place where they are prepared to invest. Now, let me let me kind of couch that, right? Because I have recently given brothers an opportunity, and I want to make sure that I tell you guys what's going on. I've given brothers an opportunity to have a one-on-one session with me before night's end, before midnight,
Mm.
to really address what you're dealing with and to create a strategy that will help you to get
Mhm.
beyond where you are right now. It is normally $297. The value is $1,997. But I'm giving it to brothers at $99. Just because today during the walk, if you go back and you watch my live that I did earlier today
Yeah, they
inside
need to
the
go
Hispanic
watch it.
community,
Yeah.
right? There is such a call on my life to make sure brothers are addressed and that we finally tell the truth about where we are, right? Because you
Mhm.
can't get to where you're going unless you're telling the truth about where you are. Is there a fear that brothers have about finally having to shed it all? I remember Bucci saying to me one day, he said, Donald, most brothers are afraid, and I forget what he called
Mhm.
it, but when you're
Mhm.
out in the water, right, and you don't have any pants on, no one can tell because you're in the water. But the moment the tide
Mhm.
retreats,
Mhm.
everybody can see your bare ass
Mhm.
because you've never had pants on, but you've been
Mhm.
covered up by the water. So
Mhm.
is there a fear that finally somebody's going to find me out, that I'm not as strong as I've been portraying, that I really got some real shit going on? What is it? Is it that? Is it something else? Is it a combination of that and something else? What's happening, bro?
Nah, bro, it's what you told us earlier today,
Yeah.
and it was so profound of what you talked about when you talked about truth. Brothers are for the first time when they're encountering someone like you, they're encountering the truth, something that nobody has told them throughout their whole life.
Yeah.
They haven't told them the truth,
Yeah.
and with the truth, as you said earlier, comes transparency
Yeah. Yeah.
because
Absolutely, bro.
because you get the transformation. And I heard as you when you were talking earlier, I wrote down the third T in that truth, transparency comes triumph. Because when you transform,
I
you
like
move
that.
to that pinnacle. You call it the pinnacle. You call it
Yes.
the pinnacle, but you get to triumph.
Yeah.
You get to move to another dimension. You get to move to not being that male, that boy
Yes.
that you used to be. You're no
Yes.
longer him. You
Yes.
you you come to understand what manhood is.
Yes.
So I think brothers, when the brothers that are coming to you, I think to me, and you tell me if I'm wrong in saying this, they're saying, Donald, I need the truth. I want the truth, man.
Yeah.
I need
The
I
only
need
the one of the things, and my cousin Miko, thank you for this, Miko. Miko says, "Hey, can I make a donation for someone?" Without question, you can.
oh yes,
Without question, you
absolutely.
can. And Miko, just if you send, let me put because I'm doing this personally. So let me put
Mhm, mhm.
uh, my Cash App up. Can't do it because if I do it through the business, y'all, the business is going to charge with the business charges, right? So yeah, if I put a link up for the business, it's going to scare the hell out of y'all. So let me just say that I am doing this as a personal gift to brothers, and Miko is saying, "Hey, can I donate for someone?"
Yeah,
And I want to be able to do that. Let me say something here.
and here's the thing too, bro. That I really think that a lot of brothers are starting to have the um the passion for wanting to change, the passion for wanting to, as we've called, to rise and reclaim, to
Yeah,
reclaim
yeah,
who they are as men. I just really do, you know, and and I think brothers want transparency, but they want genuineness. They
yeah,
want, because a lot of people have they've been scammed, or they've been done wrong for so long. The
yes,
expectation is there. Oh, this is just another, you know what they call another trying to do this, do that. No,
yeah,
this this remand is about transformation. It's about
yeah,
truth and who we are as men,
yeah,
and wanting to see men genuinely change.
yeah,
I can say, just in the short, just over a year that Donald and I have known each other, this brother has more passion for wanting to see black men succeed in life than I've ever seen.
yeah, yeah,
I really, and I truly mean that, bro. I haven't seen anyone else that has had that passion. It's just like, nah, I ain't doing nothing else.
yeah,
This is it.
yeah,
I ain't going to the left. I ain't going to the right. I'm straight centered, and this is where I'm. This is who I am, who I'm assigned to. I ain't doing nobody else. I'm sticking to this, and I will do this until I'm called home and finished.
yeah. So
That's it.
so let me address that because that's such a good point, right? The reason why I'm so committed, I get requests all the time to work with sisters. And at some
Mhm,
point,
mhm.
perhaps my wife will take that baton, right? Because she's brilliant. My wife is brilliant. She
Yeah.
knows and is learning along with all the other brothers. There's only one woman that knows our signature science, and it's her, right? Um, but the reason why I'm so committed, Leroy, is because we've been dropped so many times, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
people
For
people
sure.
start out attempting to support and develop policy and
Yep.
do all of these different things until it becomes too hard to deal with us,
Hmm.
right? Because
Absolutely.
men have egos, we have, we got all this, right? And because we do, people just, and people have said this to me too. Hey, Donald, if you just deal with women, bro, you'll be magnificently paid. Yeah, I'm not going to do that to another brother because it's not
Hmm.
just about income. It is about income. Don't get it twisted. It is about income, but it's also about impact. Can I help to change a world? And can I can I step into another man's world and
Hmm.
really address what he's dealing with? Um so I refuse to drop another dude, right? I refuse to drop another dude. Yeah, yes. This is what Sadira says. She says, it's so needed. We appreciate the efforts to support the rise of Black kings into their healthy and strong place. Yeah, Sadira. Am I pronouncing your name right, sis? I just want to pronounce your name right. Sadira says, look, it's needed. We appreciate the efforts to support the rise of Black kings. And Leroy, here's something good to know. This is for every brother. Every sister ain't down on you, my guy.
Yes, sir. Yes,
There
sir.
are
Yep.
some sisters out here,
That
like Sadira, like my cousin Miko, and others, who are really leaning in and stepping in and saying,
Mm-hmm.
hey, we appreciate strong men. I want a
Mm-hmm.
strong man. I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to leave
Mm-hmm.
my house. I want a man to leave my house, right? I want to have a place to rest,
Mm-hmm.
right? I want a place to rest. And so I appreciate Sadira and Miko and others um who are standing with us in the rise and reclaiming of the places that uh we're supposed to be. Yeah,
And
Miko.
the,
Yeah,
and the
absolutely.
thing is ladies, we thank you because that is needed.
It's needed.
That is it is there's no movement. There's no movement has happened in black history that did not involve the black woman.
Yeah.
Not one.
Yeah.
So black women are needed in order to be able to keep us moving forward.
Yeah.
People, you have and you have these brothers out here that want to downplay women and everything else. No, that's not what we do around here.
Yeah.
No, you
Yeah.
can't be a part of the Remand group. We ain't letting you in there. It's just not gonna happen. Yeah, I know you watching, Marla. I know you watching. I know
Yeah,
you
yeah.
are.
Lala, that girl asks every day. Like what's good? I'm your wife. I sleep next to you, Negro. What's good? Can't do it, babe. Right.
but
So
but
so let's talk about this a bit. Look. Sadira says we don't want in. Sadira don't want in. I love it. Thank you, Sadira. Thank you for giving us space where we can just deal with the things that we have to deal with,
yep.
right?
Hmm.
But that there's an added incentive now with people like
Hmm.
Sadira, people like Miko,
Correct.
others that are watching.
Correct.
There's an added incentive, brothers, for us to get our shit together, right? And the reason is because while sisters are saying, "Hey, we're here to support you," you can't
Hmm.
just show up any kind of way, my guy.
No, sir. No,
Right?
sir. Not gonna
Have
do it.
your life on the track of getting itself together.
Hmm.
Right? Don't enter a
Hmm.
woman's life and drag her down. Right? Enter a woman's life and add value to her life. She should add value to yours. You should add value to one another. Right? And so if a man will just acknowledge, Leroy, that he wants it, like he
Hmm.
wants that apex, he wants that place of the crest, he wants that top place, right? He wants that place where he can reach the pinnacle. He wants that,
Hmm.
but he has to be able to acknowledge that I ain't quite there yet,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
I don't know what I don't know,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So can we talk a bit about the responsibility that men have to when they go home, because that's what we've been talking about all year. We've been
Yep.
talking about men, the fact that we're going home. But when we go home, we don't go home to add further pressure to the woman that's
Hmm.
there. We go
Hmm.
home to bring structure, and we go home to bring grace, and we go home to bring leadership, and we go home to bring protection. And we go home to bring provision, not just financial provision, right? But emotional provision, spiritual provision. My wife said to me the other day, yesterday, she said, hey, babe, I need more from you spiritually,
Wow.
right?
Wow.
Like she said, I know the whole church thing with you. I get that. She said, if I ever want to go to church, I'll just go to church. I don't rely on you for that. But I do need more spiritually from you. And the reason why it hit me was because my wife, you know, she she hates when I say this, right? But that girl apostolic. She in love with Jesus. It's Jesus with her. It's Jesus. Is Jesus alive? Is Jesus dead? Is
I
Jesus
need just
raised
a little
again?
more Jesus. I need just a little more Jesus to help me
I just
along
need a
the
little more.
way.
Michelle Henderson Wyatt said, be the king. And I can't tell you, Michelle, how many brothers I have talked to, and I have said to them, you cannot for any reason abdicate your throne. You can't get up from it, right? You have the responsibility of sitting on that throne, and you have a responsibility of occupying that throne, and you can't give up that throne because shit gets hard. You have to literally occupy the throne. And the most important time of occupying the throne is when your family or the kingdom is under attack,
Mhm, mhm.
right? And the attack is not always, Leroy, I want you to talk about this a bit. The attack is not always seen. The attack many times is spiritual. I've never seen a brother. I've never met a brother. I'm sure that there are some out there, but I've never met a brother that if he hears something go bump in the night, that he gonna tell his lady, "Hey, go, go, like, go see what that was."
We'll see what that was.
Right? Can you imagine me hearing something in the night and me telling Lala, "Hey, babe, did you hear that? What? Something downstairs. Go see what. Go see what's downstairs." Right? most brothers, most brothers that I know would say, "Hey, stay right here. Let me go peep what's going on. Stay right here. Let me go peep what's going on. Stay right here." That is our idea of protection, Leroy.
Yeah.
But here's what we don't always talk about. The same brother who will fight a physical
Yes,
um,
sir. I
threat
like where you going. I like where you
won't
going.
fight a spiritual one. You don't
Mhm.
have the tools to fight a spiritual one. You can't pull a gun on a demon, my guy. You can't pull a gun. You can't, with your fist, defeat something spiritual. You're going to have to come to a different place, that spiritual place, and lock in there to be able to defeat a weapon that is not carnal. The weapon of many of you brothers' marriage, the thing that is against your marriage, the thing that is against your wealth, the things that is against, is not carnal. You got some spiritual stuff going on. And the
Mhm.
problem is you don't know how to fight that because your muscles, coach always clowning us about how big his chest, and he's 6'1". Yeah, but that doesn't work in the spirit realm.
For
So
sure.
Leroy, I've come to discover, man, that many brothers are attempting the transformation by themselves. And the
Mhm,
source of every transformation is God. You cannot
mhm.
transform without him. Now, I am a Christian. Not everybody in Remand is a Christian. We got Muslims, we got Buddhists, we got a bunch of people inside Remand. We don't require you to be a Christian. It's not a Christian organization. But when I was asked recently by a brother in Delaware in one of the facilities, he would say, "Hey, man, what if a person is an unbeliever, an atheist? How do we talk to them?" There is a version of us that is beyond our own ego, that is so deeply sourced by the Creator that you can't transform without a knowledge of something greater than yourself. You
Mhm.
can't do it. If you could, you would have done it by now,
Right. For
right?
sure.
So, Leroy, can we talk about how many brothers can throw these, but when their family is under attack? When my wife said to me, "Hey, babe," she said it in such a loving way. Lala can talk slick sometimes. Lala Lala got slick tongue. She got a slick tongue. So she never raises her voice, but she can talk slick in a real calm voice. But yesterday, she said, when we got, because I was asking, and this is something you brothers gonna have to do. Yeah, Miko said if he asked her to go, if he asked her to go downstairs, she don't want
I
it.
don't
Like
want it. I don't want it. Say, Mika, you tell him just keep on going, right? Say, keep
Miko
on
said,
going out the door.
just yeah, bruh. That
Just
that
keep on
that
going.
that very moment, you are now homeless. You can't stay here. Right? So, in the interest of full transparency, I asked my wife, I said, hey, babe, and there are a lot of brothers who are unwilling to ask these very hard questions.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
said, hey, babe, we have this thing that we do supposedly once a quarter, and I missed one quarter, but we just did it yesterday, where we ask each other, do we still?
Mm,
Do we
mm,
still? Right?
mm,
It's been a year and some change. Do we still? And we asked each other questions about how am I showing up for me as a presider, as a protector, as a provider? How am I showing up? Am I handling my job well? For her is suitable, adaptable, and fit, right? How is she handling her job well? And she said, babe, when we got married, I felt like I could expect more spiritual leadership from you. And Leroy, it hit me like a ton of bricks, like she's right.
mm.
Because sometimes, because my wife does love God, yeah, Miko said, yes, be the king. Because my wife does love God, because my wife does know God, I take for granted the fact that I still have to sit on the throne as it relates to spiritual leadership in my home.
Mhm.
That there are very real battles to fight in my home. And so we began again today. I shared with her things that God has been saying to me, where I've been finding it. And she's like, okay, I see that. Right. So I have now taken on the responsibility again because I admitted I had abandoned that responsibility simply because my wife knows God. I'm not dealing with a heathen here. Right. I'm dealing with a woman who absolutely loves God, knows God. But I took that and abdicated the throne of spiritual leadership in my own home. And she called me on it in the most loving way possible. She called me on it. What is the importance, bruh, of being a spiritual leader in your house?
Well, see, here's the thing, man. When you hear brothers and even sisters too, when you have these conversations about the the man's role and the woman's role in the household, when they talk about the only two things that you hear them say, and I said this is a misnomer as well. All they talk about is being what? A protector and a
And a
provider.
provider. Yep.
And it's from the lens as you talk what we talk about how you frame things.
Right.
They're always framing the protection part from a strength point, like you
Yes.
said, throwing the
Yes.
hands up. That's
Yes.
all they talk
Yes.
about.
Yes.
You'll
100%.
never hear them say, frame it from a spiritual perspective. How are
100%.
you protecting your house, your wife, your
100%, bro.
children from a spiritual
100%.
perspective? And even with the providing part is always from a financial perspective.
Yes.
Because here's the thing, fellas. Here's when we say this: protecting and providing needs to be from a spiritual perspective too.
Yes.
There's different dynamics that those two dynamics come from. You know, it should be a spiritual perspective. It should be financial is a part of it, but there's also the psychological. There's also what is it? Emotional. There's different aspects that you should be protecting and providing for. Like Donald just said, his wife said, "I need you to provide for me
Yes.
in a more spiritual way."
Yes.
She's asking him to provide. It ain't got nothing to do with the money.
Yes.
That ain't got nothing to do with money. That has to do with my soul needs for you to give to me something that feeds me from you.
Yes,
And too many of us, and part of that, Dean, you can speak more to that than I can. There are many men that just don't know how,
that's correct.
because all they've been taught is in the household that the
Yes,
man is supposed to make the money and the
yes,
man is supposed to be the security system in the
yes,
house.
yes. Yeah, yeah,
That's it. They
yeah,
don't teach you how to be the spiritual protector and
yes,
provider
yes,
in the household,
yeah.
so that when your wife comes and asks you, babe, yeah, I need a little bit more from the
That was such
spiritual
a
part of you.
powerful point, Leroy, when she said, because
Yeah.
we put it up on the board, right?
Mm,
And she
mm,
and I said, okay, babe, what do you need from me?
mm,
And she
mm.
paused for a moment
Okay.
and she said, yeah, babe, when we got married, I thought I would get a little more spiritual
Mm,
leadership from you. And
mm,
I know, again, I know where you are with the church thing. I'm not asking you to go to church,
mm, mm,
but
mm,
can we spend some time around the word? After dad has taught on Sunday, can we unpack it? Can
mm.
you let me
Talk about it.
know what God is saying to you?
Mm,
I'd like to let you know what God is saying to me, right?
mm,
Um, and if I was a weak man, if I was a weak man, that moment would have embarrassed me. But embarrassment is a choice, right? Embarrassment is a choice. I wasn't embarrassed. In that moment, I recognized that God was calling me to a place where and making me aware, hey, my man, you got off your throne.
mm,
So so in ways that you have talked to me about areas that I need to shore up, right? In ways my wife has just told me areas I need to shore up, right? Look at what Michelle says, man. She says men of God are supposed to man all the gates and keep calamity out of your kingdom. Oh my God.
mm.
Like brothers, a king has a kingdom.
Mhm,
A kingdom is the place where you rule and reign. Now you have someone above you. You have to have someone above you. You have to have a relationship with your creator, whoever you call your creator, right? You have to have a relationship with your creator, but you got to man, I like what she said, Leroy, man all the gates and keep calamity out of your kingdom. It's your kingdom, bro. It's your
And, and
kingdom.
remember when I asked you the question some time ago? I asked you the question because we were talking about the men. You know how a lot of guys were saying that the government ran black men out of the home
Yes.
back in the
Yes.
50s and 60s.
Yes.
And I asked the question, if you're the man that you say that you are, how is it that you could get run out of your own home?
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, bro. You did bring that up. Like, how is that even possible? If you're the man that you say you are, don't continue to tell us that government is doing it.
Mhm.
Like you man your kingdom. Make make them drag
Somebody's
you out
coming
your house.
into your house.
Say it again.
Somebody's, no, I'm saying somebody's breaking into your house. That's the equivalent of you saying, babe, go and check and see who that is downstairs while I go out the window.
It really is. It really is. Hey Miko, if you'll do me a favor and send that seed, there's a brother who wants to meet. There's a brother who wants to meet. So if you'll send that seed, I appreciate it. If you did already, and you may have, but if you didn't, if you'll send it so that I can meet with that brother tonight, it'll be appreciated. Um, and for those of what's up, Bakari? Good to see you, bro. for those of you that are watching and say, you know what, I want to help another brother connect with Donald, it's just $99 until the night. After the night, you have to catch me another time when, you know, it costs $297 to meet with me. It's a $1,997 value to meet with me. But tonight and tonight only, I'm making it available for $99. And the reason is in ways, Leroy, that I've not felt in a very long time.
Okay.
The weight and burden of brothers is on me today. Like that my walk today. And for those of you that have been waiting, somebody said to me earlier today, hey, I miss your pop-ups. I said, yeah, I only pop up inside the community now. Right. Unless I'm doing something like this with Leroy or with Coach or with Gerald Hightower. But what's crazy is the weight. I feel the weight of black men today. The weight
Is that what prompted the live that you did today, or the topic for the live today was the
yeah,
heaviness that you kind of had this morning?
because we lie. We lie. Right?
Yeah, you said that this afternoon. You were just like,
we lie.
we're surrounded by the lies, and
Yes.
then being told the truth is
Yes.
something that we're not used to.
Yes. Yes, bro.
Yeah.
100%. So part of what's happening, man, is, and I said this today earlier during the training, right? That the number one method of sedation is not drugs and alcohol. The
Yeah.
number one method of sedation is lying.
Mm.
Lying is my way of escape. Right? So for men, because you always want to be viewed in a way that's healthy and you always want to be the superhero and you don't ever want to show weakness, you lie. You lie. And for me, you don't have to, because I'm coming. And if you lie to me, I'm gonna tell you you're lying. I'm gonna tell you full of shit. I'm gonna tell you. Well, what if they get mad at you? I don't care. With some of these guys, I got one shot. And that one shot I'm going to use, if I never talk to him again, the one thing that he will know is I'm gonna tell him the truth. That's a man. Remember in the Bible, Leroy, the woman at the well, her testimony was, you see a man that told me everything.
He was like, no, that ain't. Before she even went there, Jesus was like, yeah, if you knew who you were talking,
Yeah,
first of all,
I'm a
you
G.
like, he's like, wait a minute, and not just that, I'm gonna tell you the truth about you, because it
Yes.
ain't about just what you've done in your past. The man that you living with right now, you ain't
Yeah.
living right.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
And she was like,
Absolutely.
oh,
Oh yeah.
oh,
Like whoop, like whoop.
oh, whoa. I know you go hammer like that.
Yeah. So what makes me effective is I don't have anything to lose. All my life is out there. Who gonna tell you something about me that I ain't already told you? my, my life is out there. All the challenges I've had, sleeping around with a bunch of women. Yeah, I done did all that. So there ain't nothing I can tell you. That's when you know you can live free. You
Yeah,
can live
for sure.
free
For sure.
when nobody can tell you anything about me. Like I already told, my mom said to me when she was alive, this was her one phrase that I always remember. She said, baby, tell your own story.
Yep. Mm,
Tell your own story. Don't let anybody else tell
yep.
your story. Tell your own story.
Yeah, it reminds me of Eminem in 8 Mile. when he's going up against what's my boy name Matt the last he what is it? I forgot his name real quick, but he's battling the last dude, and he goes and just tells his whole story. I am this, I am that, I am that, and he ends it by saying that tell the folks that something that they don't already know, and he couldn't say nothing. There was nothing he could say. He didn't have a comeback to somebody that had spilled his story, told his story
Yeah,
himself.
yeah, yeah.
There
Because
was
the
nothing
truth
he
of
could
the
say.
matter is, Leroy, this is what I've also discovered. I like to hear from you about this too. And those of you that are in the chat, um, yeah, intoxicated with lies. Like we're
Mhm.
inebriated with lies. We like,
Yeah.
and when someone comes to blow that world up, because your life is a house of cards. It's a house of
Mm.
cards. And I come, just know, brothers, I again, Leroy and I are horrible marketers, right? Because I'm telling you up front, I'm gonna blow your world up. I'm gonna blow your
but
world up.
but that's it. Understand this, fellas. We're gonna dig into that soil.
Absolutely.
We've got to get all of that bad soil
Absolutely.
up and out. So yeah,
Absolutely.
so when he says that, that's what he's doing. We got to get rid of all of that stuff first. You know how a doctor before a wound can heal, they got to clean it.
Yes.
They got to clean the wound before they can heal the wound to make sure that they get everything that's up in there that's not supposed to be in there out.
Yes.
That's what this is. That's all this is.
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
gonna hurt? Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. It hurts. It hurts like hell. Yeah, yeah. Because all that you thought you knew goes away. We're gonna challenge everything you thought you knew.
And what you say though all the time, we think we know everything. As men, we
Yeah,
think we know everything.
yeah, we think we know everything. So when I come to challenge you and I ask you hard questions, I'm not doing so to embarrass you.
Mhm.
And I'm not doing so to attack your dignity. If there's one place that you can always know that your dignity is going to be intact, it's
Mhm.
remain. But you got to know the difference between protecting your dignity and protecting your ego. I'm gonna
Mm.
kill your ego. I'm gonna kill him, but I'm gonna leave you with your dignity because there's nothing more powerful than a man who has his dignity and his dignity is founded in truth. I'm gonna blow up every lie, every single one. And there are brothers who want to fight after they meet me. Like, who you talking to? I'm talking to you. I love you. So I'm the reason why why men respond to me that way is because they have it's not their fault. It's not their
Mhm.
fault. Everybody's lied to them.
Yep.
And so I don't have a vested interest in lying to them.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have a vested interest. I love brothers. I love and respect brothers. There's no other place I'd rather be, no other group of people I believe in more. I love brothers. So if I love you, I'm going to tell you the truth. And God has given me, Leroy, this ability to discern. Like I can smell
Mhm.
a lie. And if you let a brother talk long enough, he'll display his lie.
Mhm.
All you got to do is sit on the phone, let him talk. And then look in the Zoom and say, you know you full of shit, right? That's what Leroy tells him. I'm a little more gentle. I'm a little more gentle.
That's a lie.
Yeah. So
But we do, man. It's
yeah,
sometimes we need as men and women. I'm not gonna
yeah,
say just men. Need to have someone. You need to have someone in your life
yeah,
that is not afraid to tell you the truth. Yeah, no, that's not right. Come on, bro. What you doing? You know, fix that. You know, we do when we have people that just want to pacify us and want to continue the lies that we continue to tell. We do a disservice to those people that we have in our lives. You know, so we got to,
right.
and us on the receiving end of it, we have to be willing to hear the truth.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know that wasn't right.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah. I
I'm
gotta
gonna
be
do
willing. I
better.
like that. I gotta be willing to hear the truth.
Yeah, I'm gonna do better, and you see that you genuinely mean that, and you are emphatic. You're committed to doing better, you know, and consistent about doing better.
Yeah,
Two of my PBSs,
yeah,
committed and consistent.
yeah,
We got to when we can do that, then we as men, we not only move our personal needle, but we move our family needle, we move our community needle, and we move our national global needle
without
as
question.
men.
Without
You
question.
know what I'm
And
saying?
I think we owe it to, I just want to shout out the sisters again, because I
Yeah,
think we owe it to the sisters who are on here tonight who are saying, hey, we believe in y'all. We want y'all to
yeah,
take your rightful place. Like
absolutely.
brothers, you owe it to them to get your act together.
Yep. And
You,
they want us back home, bro.
they want us back home. Yeah, they
They're
want
like,
us back
no, we
home.
want you back home.
Yeah. But Miko said, if you come back home and we hear a bump in the night, and you tell me
You
to
better
go,
be ready to go check it out.
you're not gonna be home for long, my guy. You
They're going back to where you
going
came
back
from.
where you came from, right? Um, and so, hey Lala, you on the live? I need you to go on my page. Chop chop. See how I run my house, Leroy?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
On here,
On here,
here you may run
but
your
back
house.
there,
The back there, when you get off the line,
she hurt you bad.
yeah, she hurt you bad.
There's Coach. What's up, man? So yes, we are providing a one-time opportunity for any brother that wants a one-on-one session with me. Um, we are providing an opportunity for you to get on a call with me. It's only until I'll be up late tonight. It's only until midnight tonight. But the design is I feel the weight. Yeah, we partying without you, Coach. There's some things we need to really address. Um, so for every brother, we've had my cousin Miko who said, "Hey, I want to donate. I want to also look, Liam, babe. Can you kind of put in the chat what it meant to be able to say to me, hey, babe, I need more spiritual leadership and covering from you. Can you talk about, can you just kind of type the importance of that to you as my wife? Because sometimes, to Leroy's point, all that we're ever talked about is our responsibility to provide, right, money and to protect physically, but no one even thinks about the importance of a husband's leadership role in the presiding role of spiritual things. And what I've shared with them, babe, is just how meaningful that was yesterday when we did Do I Still? That one of the things that you said I was lacking was the rightful place of leading spiritually. And I've shared with everyone, but those of you that are just tuning in, I've shared with everyone how my wife loves God, knows God, has a relationship with God. And so I felt like I could take my foot off the pedal in that area because she is so equipped. But this is what Sadira says that I'll never forget. Sadira says sometimes men take that for granted because we have a relationship with God that we don't need you to be our spiritual leader, but we do.
Mm-hmm.
What a phenomenal statement.
Yeah.
Just because I know
Yeah.
God, just because I love God, does not mean that I don't still need spiritual leadership.
And here's the thing, and you may laugh, chuckle, because I know the thing. But here's the thing, because you have brothers that want to complain about their wife listening to the pastor talk about, well, the pastor said this,
Bruh,
pastor said that, he
bruh.
this, he that. Well, if 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 you are doing your spiritual leadership part in
Yeah,
your home,
yeah,
that won't even be an issue.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you'll get your lesson, but then it'll be, babe, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? It'll be you, just as you talked about what you and Marla did. You'll have the conversation. You'll have the spiritual dialogue,
Yes,
and it'll be what we think,
yes,
not what my
yes,
spiritual father said.
yes,
Well, what Bishop Thomas said. It,
yes,
it won't be all. It'll be, okay. This is what they said, but this is what I gained from it. This is what I
yeah,
heard,
yeah, yeah.
and this is what you heard. Let's see if that meshes with where we're trying to go as a family.
I have
That's
never
leadership.
considered that. I've never considered that. For every brother who gets tired of hearing about what the pastor said at church,
Hmm.
it's just because he is the only one filling her. That's not
Dang,
that's not his fault. So
that's
the real
truth
order
for you.
is, so when I pastored, I had a philosophy that I pastor men and I expect men to pastor their wives. That was my
Mm.
philosophy. I wasn't interested in pastoring women unless that woman was single and didn't have a covering, then I would cover her. But if she was married, it was my responsibility to make sure he was strong spiritually and then trust him to pastor his own home. Like my job wasn't to pastor his home. And I think a lot of pastors really miss it because they really think that their job is to infiltrate the home. That's not your job. Your job is to empower a man so he can
Hmm.
minister to his home, right? Lala said this. She said, I agree with Sadira. When I see you following God, it gives me comfort in your decision making and direction that we're going.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that's a part of it, babe. But you specifically were talking about, you know, the need to spend time together around the word, the need to there were times that we had a routine where we would just kind of wake up in the morning together and we would read the book of Proverbs
Okay.
together, ask one another, what did you get? What did you get? What did you get? So what I heard you say yesterday um, was less around, and I could be wrong because if I got it wrong, then you just tell me and we'll fix it here. But what I heard yesterday was more around, hey, I need to be able to see your spiritual leadership through, spending time around the word together, praying together, doing some things together spiritually. Um, because I am more engaged with God now than I've ever been in my life. But it's possible for me to be engaged with God and my wife not experience that same level of engagement because I've not included her. Right? It's possible to have that happen. Um, so for the sisters that are watching, do me a favor, Sadira and Michelle. Lala says, I want to know what God is revealing to you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know. I want to know what God's saying. Yeah.
Brothers, we got work to do.
We got work to do. We got work to do. And here's the deal. I don't want y'all to hear me saying, brothers, that you got to go to church. And I don't want, that's not this. That's not this.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I do want you to hear me saying that you have to spend enough time with God to be able to hear his voice.
Mm-hmm.
Because you hearing his voice allows your wife to hear yours. But she can't hear yours if you're not hearing his. You just, man, you're just a pass through. You're just what Adam should have been, and that is the voice of God to his wife. So that if she was ever to go off like she did, he should have been able to say, yo, what are you doing? No, 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 no. We can't do that. Can't do that. Babe, I love you,
Truth
but
be
we can't
told,
do that.
that was all he had to do.
That's all he had to do. Like I was watching The Best Man, I forget which one.
Okay.
But he had his wife had his phone, and then what's the light skinned dude's name? He was
Terrence
sweet.
Howard.
Terrence Howard comes in, takes the phone from it, and slams it on the ground, right? Like yeah. As a man, what you want your wife to be able to hear is the pass through. You talk with God. She can talk to God too, but you talk with God. Say, babe, this is what I believe God is saying. What do you think? Okay, babe. And then ask her, do you have anything to add to that? Because you have to be able to expect that God will confirm in her hearing everything that she's been talking to him about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Lala says spending time together in the word is another way to bond. It's another way to bond.
Absolutely. That's to me those other aspects that we should be looking at: the spiritual, the psychological, the emotional, the all of those different aspects of a relationship. That is where intimacy
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
Intimacy isn't just in the bed or in the bedroom or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
It has to do with those other aspects of the relationship.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
fellas, we've got to understand that we're more than just protectors and providers. Please get that out your head.
Yeah.
Please get that out your head.
Yeah.
And especially more specifically from a financial standpoint and from a brute strength standpoint. We are
Yes.
more than that.
Yes.
It just irritates me when I hear these folks on these shows when they talk about relationships and they talk about the same things over and over and over again. And it's always those two things. That's all you hear them mention: protect and provide. They never talk about the third P, what I call it, which is produce,
Yeah.
you know, but all being able to produce, but also within all three of those, what are you producing in your relationship? How you should be producing spiritually. And that's what when I hear you talk about what Marla said, that's saying, look, we've got to produce something. We should be producing something out of this. The relationship should be getting stronger or get stronger because
For
because
sure.
we're producing in the spiritual
For
aspect of
sure.
it.
For sure.
We're producing in the emotional aspect of I just we've got to understand this, fellas, and we've got to be willing to move forward and to move ourselves forward first, and
Yes.
then
Yeah.
you have the ability to move the family forward.
Yes.
But you can't do anything until you get yourself right first. You know,
100%. 100%.
yeah.
100%. Let's see. Lala says something else. She says spiritual leadership offers a different type of security. Woo!
She nailed it, didn't she?
She nailed
Woo!
it, boy.
That's that's a deeper level right there of
Yeah.
understanding.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
that is so on point, Marla. It really is. That is so on point. Mm.
Michelle Henderson Wyatt says, do you ever have talks like this where men and women can participate in verbal discourse together? Leroy, we haven't, have we? We've not done
No, we
anything
haven't. And
where,
usually, and to be honest with you, unfortunately, you don't see that
yeah,
because the social society doesn't want to have these meaningful dialogues between men and women.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
always for entertainment. It's always for a
yeah,
show,
yeah,
as opposed to having real dialogue like this. That does need to happen.
yeah,
I truly believe it does need to
yeah.
happen
I agree.
because when we have these conversations and we're having both parties involved in it, they learn from us, we learn from them, and it makes the male female relationship strong, if you ask me.
Yeah,
And
for
that's the
sure.
reason why I believe it's not strong today, is because we don't have enough of these conversations like she
For
was
sure.
asking.
For
We
sure.
don't.
For
We're too busy
sure.
talking at each other.
For
We're too
sure.
busy talking at each other instead of talking to each other.
So, Michelle, hey, listen, that would be something that perhaps we would be interested in. Just know that the reason why we haven't done it is the reasons for which Leroy just articulated. But also, I have a singular passion. And the singular passion that I have is to make sure Black men are strong and that they are stepping into the worlds of women and children and providing exactly what that family needs. That there is a unique value that Black men bring to the family that can't be fabricated through anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so we spend a lot of time talking about men because that's my call. For those of you that go to different churches, ask your pastor whether or not he wants a thriving, vibrant men's ministry. Ask him if he wants a thriving, vibrant men's ministry. We have a
Well,
curriculum that is easily convertible to a kingdom curriculum. And it's a 12-week program. They graduate from the process, right? And so if you are if you're a member of a local church and you don't have a strong men's ministry, you're not gonna like what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway because it's my show. This is what I can do. All of the all of the data suggests that the only way that churches will grow to any significant size is when there is a healthy male population.
mhm,
I can tell you that New Psalmist has a healthy male population.
absolutely.
It doesn't arrive at the place of its size without it.
Hmm.
If you look at
Hmm.
all of the churches that
Yep.
are air quote mega churches, Potter's House, Word Church, Lighthouse Church in Houston, all the different churches,
Yeah.
heavy
Was it Friendship Baptist? It's a whole
Friendship
slew of
West,
them. Yeah,
right?
Friendship West.
All
Yep.
of them have spirit, not Spirit of Faith, Faith City Central, like at Faith, Dr. Tony Evans's church,
Hmm.
right? So
Pastor Otis Moss's church, the third
Otis Moss,
in
the third,
Chicago.
Otis Moss the third, I think.
Yeah, Otis Moss.
You have to have a healthy male population. And so I'm not saying this because I want something from you. I'm really saying it because I'm trying to get something to you. When we ignore men, we do so at our peril.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, we ain't gonna spend the rest of our night with y'all.
Not at
Michelle
all.
and Sadira and Coach and Miko,
'Cause I'm hungry.
Lala. If you so desire to sow a one-time session, I've got a session that I've got to do, but I'm waiting on Miko to send me the donation. If you are watching and you say, you know what, I want to help another brother, I want to help a brother, send a donation. Send it to I am Donald Morton through Cash App. Why not Remand? Because Remand has fees that are a bit different than the fees that I'm offering. And I just created this offer. So just cash at me. I am Donald Morton. And we'll set these brothers up to be able to have a conversation. Leroy, any parting comments, bro?
No, just brothers. Get ready to rise and reclaim. That's it. We gotta rise and we gotta be ready to reclaim
Yeah, yeah,
and put in the work. Be willing to
yeah,
put in the work.
for sure. Lala, do you have anything that you want to say in the chat before we close? Thank you for talking with us tonight. You're so wonderful, Lala. You're so you're so giving of your time, Lala. Leroy, what's she gonna say? You wanna bet on what she gonna say? Is she gonna say something slick or is she gonna say
Two
something?
words. Two words. Negro, please. But we know I'm using another word. But I'm being a little
Yeah,
nice with it.
that girl will call me a nigga in a moment. Yeah, absolutely. She will call me that in a minute. Um, so Lala, do you have any parting words, babe? Look, see?
Mama, you crazy. You crazy. And
I'm
you
talking
know
about
we
the
got the
show, babe.
bro, and we got the Cowboys. We got the Cowboys next Sunday, on Sunday.
Do y'all?
Yep,
I
playing the
like
Cowboys
it.
in Dallas. Playing in Dallas.
I need y'all to get them. I
I
need y'all
know
to get 'em.
you. Who you
Yeah, yeah.
telling?
I need y'all to get them. That's gonna be a good game. But I think y'all should get them.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, y'all
It
should.
should. We should, especially after the whooping they done came off of the last 2 weeks, and it's shown how their defense, what they're lacking on defense. You know, so it's gonna be interesting. The Ravens better come. They better come ready to work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So better come ready to work. So
All right, y'all. We love y'all. We respect y'all, brothers. It's not just enough to go home.
yes, sir. Yep,
You got to go home right. Our ladies, our
exactly.
families, our
I like
community, our
that.
society, it deserves it.
Yep. We
So
want
if
you to
you
have a plan.
desire to have a conversation with me about how to get from the chaos to the crest, from the turmoil to the top, from the abyss to the apex, just holler at me. My wife says we need y'all.
Amen.
We need y'all. So holler at me. Let me know. I love and respect y'all. We will talk soon. Peace.
Deuces.